This is our final presentation, which is time management, and I'm Eric.
I'm Carlos.
I'm Javier.
And I'm Riley.
I'm Carlos.
I'm Damaris.
All right, and so obviously, picking again, our topic is time management, and so the subject matter basically, when you had told us, was basically just us as students, and what's driving our abilities to either succeed or struggle, which inevitably coincides with our abilities and connecting to time management, obviously depending on the student. And how we came up with our topic, well, we really just tried to figure out what affected us at the moment at the time. So obviously as students, we figured out we had to come up with 3 focal points of why time management came to our heads first, which was one being why it's important, who it affects, and self-evaluation, which isn't too difficult for most students to target, but it can be very difficult to overcome. And as far as who it affects, we wanted to minimize it to the students at UC Merced, so we could gain small surveys from our peers and stuff. So it would help us out to figure out what's affecting our abilities in the classroom and stuff like that. And yeah, so we'll just take it from there. And we obviously asked the question, do you procrastinate? Which is universal. And
thank you. And could you please speak closer to your microphone a little bit more?
For sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so I did my topic on health time management. I chose 3 subtopics that connected most with college student lifestyles, and I chose nutrition, sleep, and exercise. I found that these had something to do with time management because a lot of students neglect these within their schedules. And according to my research, I found out that a lot of people skip their meals. And some of the stats were 40% of people skip breakfast, 39% skip lunch. And then I found out that 54% of people lose sleep on a regular basis here in UC Merced. And 60% of university students worldwide engage in no physical activity. So I researched some of the effects, and I found some of these effects on screen that were short-term and long-term for neglecting these in your time, in your schedules. And this helped me realize that we needed to improve on time management skills of the students. So the solution that I came up with was a self-running app that tracked your schedule and helped you eliminate procrastination in order to fit the eating times, exercise times, and sleeping, which could all improve personal well-being and your health.
So on my part, I did habits of time management, and the main topic that I was able to touch upon was where habits come from in our brain, which is the basal ganglia, which is right above the base of our brain. And which something really cool that I found out is that if you were to lose your memory, the basal ganglia still holds your habits and can still help you with your daily routines, even though you don't remember them, because that's where your habits are, I guess you could say, ingrained in your brain. And everything else could be damaged, but because your habits are still in there, you can still go with your daily routine. So that connects to the habit loop, which is a 3-step process of creating a habit, which is being able to see what the routine is, what the trigger of the routine is, and a type of reward that you give yourself for actually completing the task at hand, your routine. A great way to change it is to identify these 3 pieces, which in turn, if one can be changed, all of them can be changed. It depends on which one you want to target. In this case, we want to target the routine, which is the time management routine. We want to be able to better ourselves in creating schedules and managing your time on a daily basis and what you want to do with that time. And this also helps you in creating self-reminders, because it, with the reward and the trigger, you understand what you see or do that creates that habit of time management. And the reward is a great way to, I guess, ingrain it into your into your basal ganglia, because it's something that your body and your mind looks forward to when creating this time management habit.
To start our research, we designed a survey to guide our investigation. And one of the questions that we decided to put into our survey was, what things prevent you from getting your work done? And out of the 59 people that took the survey, 20 people selected the answer, having the ability to do the work. So to find a solution, I thought of the topic of growth and fixed mindset. This led me to the research of the American psychologist Carol S. Dweck, and she's one of the first ones to research this topic, and she says that for example, for the people that have a growth mindset, they usually know know that the harder you work, the more your ability will grow, compared to the fixed mindset people that believe that if you worked hard, it meant that you didn't have the ability. So this is a problem that relates to the students, because basically when you limit yourself and on like an assignment that you think you're not capable of doing, you start procrastinating, and it just leads you to bad academic performance. Another experiment that I found through research was one done on um, middle schoolers, where two groups were separated, and one of the groups was put through uh, a course where they used a computer program that taught the students about growth mindset. And the difference between the importance about these two groups is that they had reading difficulties. So they were specifically picked for that reason, and they were put. One of the groups was put through a growth mindset, like kind of like workshop or course. And after after they took the computer program, they started to observe the students, and they um, basically the results showed that students have more motivation towards reading, regardless of reading being difficult for those specific students. Um, so to connect this to a solution, what I thought of was basically helping students feel more inspired about like a certain subject, specifically their major, for example. And I took the experience I had on my chemistry class, where, for example, the professor talked about how he used to work in the industry, and he did like specific experiments that related to the ones in class, and that was really inspiring. So I wanted to take that idea and like make it a solution for my research, which is basically or making small seminars with faculty or like professors to inspire students about the course, and motivate them and make them feel better about like their ability to complete the course.
So my subtopic was social media addiction, and the reason that I chose the subtopic was from the results in one of the survey that we sent out. So question 9 was asking about what things actually prevent people from getting their work done, and out of the 59 people who responded to the survey, 51 of them said that social media was a big problem with preventing your work getting done. And so based off of that response, there was a follow-up question that asked about what solutions that the students have found to overcome procrastination. And none of the students mentioned anything about social media. And so that kind of brought to my attention the potential factor of social media addiction. And so for my optimal solution for that one, I decided to go with a pretty simple route. Just having UC Merced faculty and staff promoting like good strategies for study sessions, because People oftentimes when they go on their phone, that leads them into a rabbit hole of like going through social media. You can just keep scrolling forever and ever. And so my solution was to plan ahead for your study sessions and just plan time for you to like specifically not be on your phone, just have it completely turned off, set it to like do not disturb. And it's just pretty simple. And another one was to restrict your own access to your social media. You can actually already do this in your own iPhone settings. You can set a limit on how much time you spend on certain apps and everything. So you can definitely mitigate your social media use there. And there's research that supports the correlation between social media addiction and low academic performance / procrastination. Yeah.
This is our introduction to our optimum solution, which would be artificial intelligence. We want to start off by explaining what artificial intelligence is. So artificial intelligence is just a database of algorithms and well, yeah, databases that have been included into whatever program of AI that you need. And a basic need for our optimum solution would be this database, because our optimum solution will have different I don't give me one second. Different ideologies per person, which will be explained in the next couple slides. Why is it important? It's important because it's an advancement in technology that society hasn't seen much of today. And it's still a big idea that can be explored in many other ways. And we just wanted to see how it could help us in time management. And our optimum solution will have AI because it'll be specific to each individual on the app that we want to create. And it benefits the student mostly because not only will AI identify the different problems per individual, but it will also create databases for the optimum solution in the future, whether it's time management or any other problem.
So our claim was, after regrouping and putting our heads together as a group, we conclude that the optimal solution for UC Merced students would be to create an AI program that would improve what we researched, such as health, growth mindset, sleep, and social media addiction. It could create an algorithm to make a schedule and help plan out our week specifically to each person. So everyone's unique and no two people will have the same type of AI. The program will also help with personal health, benefits, habits, mindsets, and the struggle of distractions, especially with procrastination.
For the health part of the app, we made alerts for sleep times, screen brightness controls, times for eating, times for exercise, and yeah, like it just helps you like with your well-being.
The artificial intelligence will help with habits because it will track your habits at, like, for example, like streaks on Snapchat. It will set timed reminders based on each individual on what the task at hand is and what it needs to be completed by when and what time.
In the aspect of having a growth mindset, the AI software is gonna help give you more motivation towards your like interests or career or goals. So, for example, like every morning you could like wake up, when you go into your phone, you could like find an inspirational quote.
Move your microphone closer a little bit.
Do you want me to repeat that?
Yes, please.
So for the growth mindset, um, this AI application will help give you more motivation on your interest and goals, and for example, giving you like quotes, inspirational quotes from people that maybe worked on the area that you're trying to get better at.
Really?
Oh, sorry, I thought control was next. And for social media addiction, the AI can totally track the total amount of time spent on social media and telling you like what days you're on it the most and just general information revolving around how frequently you use social media. It will also be able to give you advice on how to lessen that amount of time. And so an AI would be a perfect solution for this research topic because it covers all of our subtopics as well.
I want to add to this slide. Um, so the main idea with artificial intelligence is that it basically takes matters off of our hands and kind of takes a little bit of control over our lives when in times when uh, we decide to like, oh, I don't want or I don't want to do this work. So this will kind of remind us, oh, you have to do it because this is what you want, you know. So artificial intelligence will kind of control a little bit more of your lifestyle.
Right. Really just acting like as a crutch or as not necessarily a barrier, but as like a band-aid to help us like just start with the commitment of like initially starting breaking these habits or whatnot.
Next slide.
Yeah.
So basically, the reason why we chose to do an AI was because after looking at all an individual's research, we found that being on your phone is a big factor and procrastinating. And since we always see that students are on their phone, this app will provide a fixed schedule. It could lead to having less stress and improvement of academics.
And here is our lovely bibliography. There's each of the sources that we used for each of our subtopics. And then furthermore, our group appendix, where we have each of our own individual notes that we did for this project. And thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, guys. Any question from the audience? Let's see. I cannot see the chat box. Maybe you need to unmute yourself and then ask your question.
I think the question says, who would develop this AI program? And like we talked about in the optimum solution, it would be a database. It wouldn't really. So AI is a database of just algorithms and patterns that are recognized. So the software could be developed by code. That's how most softwares are developed. And to create the AI itself, it would need a lot of data to be inputted into the actual program. And after a while, the AI will start to recognize patterns and these algorithms to where each individual could have their own solution on the same app. All solutions don't have to be the same, and each individual can have a different set of priorities that can be set to that person on what they want to fix with their time management.
I want to add to this. So in order to gather all this data, the app has to have connections to like other apps. For example, like the um, the iOS software from like Apple or Android, and or apps like Instagram, YouTube, and stuff like that to gather all the information. You know.
So based on Carlos' additional part, in my head, this one I'm thinking out loud. It could be like on our phone, we can know like how long we use this app. So so that our phone will have like the information from different app that we use, right? But this one is more like we might need to have another app in our phone that can analyze this data that in my head to make it work.
Exactly. So it takes the data that you have already on your phone of how you use it, and then analyzes it and creates a schedule and a plan for you on how to manage your time.
Okay. Thank you, guys. And any other question from the audience?
There's another question in the chat that says, what would the application be called? Does it have a name? So far, we don't really have a name. We haven't trademarked or copyrighted anything, but it's in the works.
And I heard a while ago about, I forgot how it's spelled, but I heard about lynda.com or something that is the website that teach about how to code and different language. So in case any one of you interested, yeah, and I can look into it a little bit more too, like which one that which one that people were using something or what are using right now. Look into it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, in that case, let me give 5 minutes for everyone to write the feedback for this team. Oh, and I saw additional question from our class. Okay. Who would develop this one? What would the application be called? Does it have name? And from another friend here, let me lead it to you. Would you say that time management is more on the person responsibility rather than a program? Wouldn't it make a person more lazy using this program?
So to answer that question, the program isn't perfect. So there won't be a solution that has 100% effect on the actual research question itself. There will be no 100% solution. The AI will just be a stepping stone into helping each individual manage their time better, whether it's through making their own schedules that they haven't created before because they didn't like to time manage before, or like Carlos said, set reminders for yourself that can remind you of what your ultimate goal is for that day or for the tasks that you have at hand.
The purpose is more to like guide the individual in the right direction rather than outright solving all their problems.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would say it's more about getting the person started on their response or like on the things that they have to do, but not the actual process of getting them done.
And this one, have you guys? Thank you for your response. And another friend asked, have you guys considered promoting the use of the Pomodoro technique? Because technology can't fix everything, especially the lifestyle of a person. Do you guys know what is Pomodoro technique?
No, we don't know what Pomodoro technique is, but
I do have an idea what it is.
yeah, but
Let me
repeat.
let me explain a little bit then. And Tony, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? So Pomodoro technique is that you set the timer, let's say 25 minutes, and then you just try to work during that time. And then after 25 minutes, you break for like 5 minutes. And then you repeat that 3 to 4 times or something. And then you have a longer break, like 30 minutes to 1 hour break. And then you repeat 25 and 5 minute break again. Is that around like the right idea, Tony?
That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
So in our optimum solution, not every person is the same. This technique may not help everyone. So the database that will be inputted into the AI will create an optimum solution for each individual. Not because the Pomodoro technique
Mhm.
doesn't work for everybody. And the AI will create a time management agenda and schedule that will pertain to the individual themselves.
Yeah, maybe I can add a little bit. Maybe a person might need just 15 minutes and then break 5 minutes and then 15 minutes, maybe, I think. But for me, I did that when I was working. I don't remember what I was working on, but at that time I caught myself that I cannot really focus, and I used that method for a while, and it's worked for me for a while. And yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, I think that could be something that could be added to our solution. Like this app could be something that could be really customizable. Like you could have like things like settings for example, how much control do you want the app to take over your like uh phone use? For example, like at certain time the phone will be locked and you won't be able to access it, stuff like that, you know.
Right.
So it could
Yeah.
be really all up to the person and how they want their settings and how much control they want the app to have over their lives, kind of.
Good. And this one from your friend mentioned that I really think that this could help a lot of people. Everyone needs a little help in the right direction. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Then the next team, please. The next team will be the food resource. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, can you guys hear me all right?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing good today. We are group number 2, and the members in our group are Janet, Alyssa, Brianna, Fabian, Crystal, and I. I am Hugo. We decided to direct our research towards having more healthy and inexpensive food options for college students. It's important to note that moving forward, we'll be focusing on the UC Merced campus and like our community specifically. So when we first started our project and got more comfortable with each other as a group, we struggled a lot to find something that seemed like a good idea to start focusing on. It seemed like a really difficult project, and the startup was most definitely what my group as a whole seemed to struggle with. We discussed all kinds of ideas for potential research, including subjects as bus stations and communication, all the way towards topics such as depression and mental health support. Um, Eventually, we all got hungry and ended up talking about food. While we were on the topic of food, someone brought up the idea of having inexpensive and healthy food options that would just kind of be more convenient for everyone around us as a whole. We eventually all just started to come up with all these great ideas that seemed like they could be potentially viable and seemed like reasonable ideas that could be really beneficial for us. So each member of our team contributed in multiple ways, which allowed us to brainstorm and begin our research process. We came up with some problems and we began our research. The way we decided to complete our project would be for each member to come up with their own different answer to our problem. And then eventually we decided that we could all come together as a group and just collectively discuss it and share our ideas on everyone's different like thoughts and stuff like that. These main ideas that we did decide to come up with consisted of street vendors and eloteros. For some of you who might not know, eloteros are basically people who go around on carts and they sell like corn and other kinds of like small snacks and stuff like that, kind of like the smaller food products. Then we decided to look at some farmer markets, vending machines, gardens, and other open field crops. We reached all the way across and looked at restaurants and also some fresh produce like small market grocery stores. We thought that all of these in general would just be valuable to the students on campus, especially considering like our campus as a whole is growing like tremendously, and we do have one of the biggest UCs. Um, when we started talking about solutions, we wanted to think of ways to not only benefit us as students on campus, but we wanted to think of the Merced community as a whole. So we wanted to think of ideas that could benefit the entire community. Our first topic, which is vending machines. Um, the ease of access and convenience are kind of like the biggest attractiveness a part of these. We'd be able to place them in a wide variety of locations that could make the vending machines really effective. This could mean like placing vending machines with protein bars and protein shakes and water by the gyms. So students would have access to that. Students could have access to stuff by their dorms and the lobbies. So if they didn't want to go all the way to the pavilion or all the way to the lantern or anything like that, they could just go down to their lobby and get something healthy that way. The use of a vending machine is huge due to the produce of healthy drinks, to be able to keep them refrigerated and cold, and eventually it would lead to a lot more hydration levels between all the students in our community in general. What's also really convenient for for UC Merced to be able to maintain these is that the products can be simply ordered online, and you can get a lot of them in bulk most of the time. So and eventually like it's not the most like like efficient way to earn profit or anything like that, but it also is really cheap to maintain in general. So it eventually like kind of pays for itself in a way. Some of the downsides to it, though, are that it would require someone to maintain them. It would require someone to hire, maintain these, because, you know, like someone's going to have to clean and decontaminate them. The claw tool can always end up getting caught and stuck, and, you know, that would require more work orders and someone else to manage the cleaning responsibilities. But there are some optimal solutions to our issue as well, and this just happens to be one of them that we decided to go with. As far as what would be inside of these vending machines, it could be like this picture over here shows on the right. It could show, it shows that it could have like dried fruit chips, fruit cups, water, sparkling water, all kinds of different types of juice, protein bars, peanut butter snacks, applesauce pouches, nuts, baked chips, vegetable sticks. And of course, it's not limited to exclusively healthy foods, but of course, they could include a wide variety. But it's nice to have a nice balance for students to be able to have a healthy food option while also having a you know, options to other kinds of foods as well. The next topic we've talked about was street vendors, and this does include our eloteros. Eloteros, fun fact, but not so fun fact as well here. Street vending in Los Angeles was finally legalized the selling of food on January 1st of 2019. And on January 2nd of 2020, the permit of street vending was finally legalized. Before street vending became legalized, street vendors were often fined between minimum of $250 to a max of $1,000. So street vending is kind of trending right now almost in a lot of different cities. I know that in Sacramento and Modesto, you see all kinds of other street vending places and food trucks and stuff like that. It's just interesting to see how more recently, because January 2nd, 2020, that's literally like this year. That's the start of this year, not even that far like along the line of this just barely becoming like allowed here. And I know that other countries as well, such as China and Japan, more of the Asian section. I know in India, like they have all kinds of different food trucks and options as well. You see people all over the place. So we decided it'd be cool if we could see something like that here in Merced a little bit more on campus. We already have all these food trucks, but it'd be nice to see some of the smaller and more local street vendors being able to have access to our campus as well. They could be able to offer us a variety of different types of food, such as fruit, corn, chips. They could offer us like different kinds of shaved ice and such like that. Not only that, but in general, this would support some more local workers and provide small businesses our continued support as a campus and show that we truly care about our community. By having eloteros and other small street vendors, we could have them spread around all campus to avoid like those huge long lines that sometimes we see around like the taco trucks and other kinds of different foods. We see these humongous lines, but having more of these spread out would avoid large crowds and such like that. Most of the time, their prices are super convenient as well for students to grab in between classes. The items are no more than $5. Sometimes they range between $1 to $4. And not only that, the relationship that most of these small local businesses have with their communities is really like personal in a way. Like it'd be able to allow them to connect with us as a campus and with the students as more to build an increasing rate of relationship, which I think would be valuable. And it's something that we should consider. The next thing that we looked into is our farmers market. So we actually do have a farmers market in Merced. This is a little picture of them. But the problem with the farmers market is that it's not the most convenient for us as students because the bus does not really coordinate well with the hours of the like it doesn't like the schedule of the buses doesn't line up well with the farmers market, and the path kind of doesn't reach it in the most like convenient and efficient way in our opinion. Not only that, but this is technically considered a street vendor, but we consider it a little different because of the way that they work. Because street vendors would kind of distribute street vendors would kind of consider like eloteros or like taco trucks or something like that, but farmers markets is more of like fresh produce, and the local farmers and stuff like that in Merced County would have the opportunity to support us as a campus as well. And not only that, we as students would also be able to support the local economy and local farms. In a way though, like their products are also really fresh too, because like I said, they're literally here like in Merced County and stuff like that. And most of the products are going to be lower priced as well because of that local factor. The price range would be mostly based off of quantity size as well in terms of pounds and stuff like that. And there's also different kinds of research that we found from Austin, Texas and North Carolina. We talked about, we looked at all these different polls and stuff like that, and all the different farmers markets on different states and stuff like that to really look at the efficiency behind them. And it turns out that it's super effective and efficient to run as a county for us to specifically focus on this type of like food option for us to be able to access. On that note, I have to pass it along to Fabian if he wants to go ahead and talk about this at this point.
All right, so this video that we're about to show kind of relates to what Hugo talked about at the very beginning of the presentation. As a group, we all kind of got hungry, and I guess one of our group members mentioned chicken nuggets, and we've been talking about chicken nuggets for so long that we just found this video and we found it kind of funny to share with you guys.
Baby Yoda is driving through the night to get himself some chicken nuggets. May I take your order, sir? Give me chicken
nuggies. Give me many, many nuggies. Happy I am because I has chicken nuggies in my belly. All of you, chicken nuggies love to eat. All my chicken nuggies love to eat. All my chicken nuggies.
Baby Yoda is eating, enjoying all night, freshly made.
Chicken nuggies. Baby Yoda ate too many chicken nuggies. Baby Yoda ate too many chicken nuggies.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
At this point, we just covered the appendix. This is just our small individual notes. As a whole, as a group, we all kind of discussed our thinking process behind the whole project, specifically on the presentation as well. So here's mine, here's Fabian's, here is Janet's and Crystal's. And this, like I said, this kind of just is a deeper dive into our thinking process as we continually worked on the project. Here is Alyssa's and Brianna's. And on that note, I am going to unfortunately have to end my presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Thank you very much, guys. Okay, any question from the audience here? Let's see. Okay, then I will give around, let's say 3 minutes for the class to provide feedback. And let me see a little bit here. For the vending machine, street vendor, and the farmer market. And for the farmer market, this is from me. I asked one of the farmer. He provide a suggestion to have like a bus to go to the farmer market and probably wait there for or come back to pick up after an hour or something. Maybe that is one possibility. Yeah, I need to check whether I inform the staff already, but if not, I will need to email the staff for us. Oh, and right now, farmer market, in Merced, they changed the location. Now they are located at 18th Street and not N Street. Yeah. Okay. Okay, then in that case, we can move on to the third team. And thank you very much for this team. Okay. And let's see. So the third team will be the hair loss and the potential solution team. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, hold on. Hello? Hello?
I can hear you.
Okay, well, I just want to apologize beforehand because I'm not at my house. I'm at my brother's house. He has kids, so you might hear them in the background. But don't pay any mind to that. So we can go ahead and begin.
All right, so here's our presentation, and we're going to be talking about hair loss and the reasons why this can occur in people and any possible solutions we came up with. So during this partnership within our group and with Ms. Lim, the creators and perhaps future innovators of solving the hair crisis, with various tricks on how to properly take care of one's hair. So here's our presentation. And so our objective is just to identify why individuals are really losing their hair and if there's anything that we could do to prevent this. So within this, we will discuss various reasons on why people are losing their hair. And we will also interview each other thinking why people lose their hair within the team members. From there, we will go on to explain if those predictions are correct and why not. So throughout her time in Ms. Lim's class, she was able to collaboratively place each of her students in research project groups. And so throughout this creative process with sketching possible research topics in our minds, one of our peers came up with the idea of working on how to find any solutions to hair loss. So individuals who may be struggling, we looked at every aspect of why individuals might be going bald, and we took various approaches to this, which is the psychological approach, genes, common disorders, and how people mistreat hair in general. So in which we each divided up the different sections into subsections, looking at producing research, and throughout this report, you will discover our findings. We believe hair is important to society because since the beginning of time, hair has played an important role in how we look. And people use it as a sort of self-reflection and expressions of themselves. So when issues such as hair loss occurs, it can be very deteriorating to one's character and can cause self-esteem issues. So our group plans was to conduct this research project to investigate and determine reasons and causes of hair loss, while taking the initiative to create and perfect such items that have already been created, but enhance them and kind of just overview of their errors. So we will be researching what has already been done and collaborating with these things, solutions to try and further progress on the problem. So these were our group predictions, and one of my predictions was people may not be getting enough sleep or exercise, and they may be dealing with problems such as diabetes, time management, and tiredness. And one of my peers, Tiffany, she predicted that people may not be eating enough daily vitamins and proteins and nutrients for their meals, otherwise known as malnutrition. Stephanie predicted that hairstyling tools and products make one's hair break, causing one to lose hair. So this goes back to the mistreatment of hair. And Viviana said that people may not be getting proper help with mental health treatment, time management, stress, depression. Joe pointed out that some unnatural substances such as drug overdose, smoking can damage one's hormones and thus lead to a worser set of hair. And Joshua said that people are aging due to the X and Y chromosome and genetics. And he was more focused on the genetic aspect of our research. So what has been done in recent research and what we can do to improve it. So dermatologists, researchers, and scientists have designed a low-level light laser hair growth treatment. This treatment is designed for in-home usage as a convenient weekly usage. This low level of laser therapy is promoted for people with andronic alopecia. The light energy is absorbed into the scalp. The light then stimulates the cells to be stronger. When these cells become stronger, the hair becomes stronger with rich blood supply and nutrients, preventing future hairs to fall out. On the photo to our right, it shows a before and after of a man's hair regrowth. So this is generally known as laser hair therapy, and it's found effective in some individuals. So what has been done in recent research and how we can improve it. So we can do extended research through genetics on humans and mice. Researchers have collected stem cells on mice, placed it into a follicular tube, and injected the cells back into the bald spots of the mice. And a few days later, more hair follicles grew back on the mice. And we could use this experiment to further progress into growing back natural long-term hair, regenerating new hair on humans. And so in these figures, it shows the results of the expression of a gene related to hair follicle growth, the Hox gene. And on the left is a normal mouse, and on the right is a transformed mouse in which the Hox gene is overexpressed. So you can see like the obvious hair differences in these two mice regarding this research. So probable solutions. So in today, in society, the issue still remains with individuals still losing their hair. Just a matter of time with what they decide what to do with it, and there are always alternate solutions. So the alternate solutions can be consulting with your doctor, discussing what you believe is going on with your hair and why you are losing it, or even invest in purchasing a wig to cover up your head by showing off your hair and feeling more confident in yourself. So wigs and slash weaves require you could also go for a doctor consultation. Common options regarding your hair treatment and just overall health. You can change one's diet and invest in different hair products, either going for a more natural solution that'll lead into just better hair overall. So hair loss can be solved with the use of genetic modification and gene therapy. And this kind of sort of just more role into genetics can be seen throughout puberty, giving birth, aging, and all that stuff. So as far as drugs go for hair loss treatments, only 2 drugs have been approved by the FDA. And this includes minoxidil or Rogaine, and it is used to treat high blood pressure, but discovered that hair growth is a side effect. And finasteride, when taken, it prevents follicles from being affected by the DHT hormone, which is a common result of hair loss. So genetics-wise, the bald gene is on the X chromosome, and around 30% of males experience hair loss. And the most common being male pattern baldness, or MPB, smaller hair follicles that produce less hair, and these follicles usually die, leaving a bald spot, and they don't usually recover. So that area is just always bald. So our proposal was that through the various solutions that we've presented so far, we decided to go through with genetic modification. So gene therapy. There's been various experiments involving the use of adeno-associated viruses, AAV, to modify the genes of animals. Researchers used AAVs to modify the genes in deaf rats so that the hair in the inner ear would regrow. This allowed them to hear again. So our team solution, the process. So gene therapy can help revert hair loss, and a genetically modified virus can be injected into the area of desired change. The virus will enter the cell, and then the gene will be deposited in the nucleus, which will promote hair growth. And there's our picture on the right. So our conclusion, although there is no cure for hair loss, there is ongoing experiments and research that have a possible application for treating hair loss. Until the technology for genetic modifications on humans is available, we just need to spread awareness and educate others to take care of their health and encourage acceptance of hair loss. And here's a helpful tip to the lower left, and that's to always wash your hair and take great care of it. So closing key points. So these solutions that these individuals have created, are they effective? Yes, and our proposal was kind of the next thing to cover some bald spots as well in a hurry. and the understanding that hair loss will happen. And for now, there isn't a cure, but individuals have various solutions to turn to. And we hope you guys enjoyed our presentation. And that's it.
Okay. Thank you from this team for this team. Okay. Any question from the audience? I like that you guys summarize the group opinion on each topic, because you guys work on different topic, and then you include the potential reason that could cause the hair loss. And Tim, this one is like a comment for your report when you turn in. If you see the other two team earlier, they have the appendix. So your team will need the appendix before you turn in. And you could do, the other two team, I saw that they have appendix from every team member, okay? But for your team, you could have it, like you could add only individual note too, or you could do with everyone note as an appendix. Okay, that's the additional part here. Yeah.
Oh, right. I just didn't display the appendix because it's just an appendix, you know.
Okay.
But really no more like information that's not on their presentation already.
Okay.
Yeah, we had works cited in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we should add the appendix or not, or we weren't sure about it. So we just had like a works cited.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
And then for
but we'll add it in there next time.
Could be before you turn in. Okay, before you turn in the document. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Any other question from the audience here? Okay. In that case, will be our last team here. Okay, so we'll be the team from the team that study about educational system in third world.
Okay, so I'll be sharing my screen. Okay. This one. Can you guys see it?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So our project is on saving third world education. And our teammates are Tony Chen, Samantha Clay, Na, Edie Rivera, Hamad, sorry, Na, me, Chave Montgomery, and Marco Antonio Lopez. Am I loud enough? I just want to make sure.
Can a little bit louder, a little bit.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you.
So our question was, what is the best way to fix the education system in third world countries? And in order to do that, our optimal solution is there's no solution. I will work to improve the education system in every developing country. And most is can raise awareness and money in this case. Bringing attention to this fact will help people to see that not everyone is privileged, not enough to go to school. Money can help rebuild the schools in developing countries. So our plan is first is to raise awareness. In this case, to talk about this issue and bring it to people's attention. Next is to raise monies such as donation in order to kickstart our organization. And then put on fundraising events like book drives, food drives, construction supply drives in order to fund those schools in third world countries. Eventually, we attempt to put together a teaching abroad program, a program that where teachers from developed countries go to third world countries to teach certain kind of internship, such as helping them teach over there in third world countries and improve the lives of the students and the school environment. So our question is, how will we put this into action? And in order to do that, we need to create a website. And then, and just to let you guys know, before we go to our website, our last slide is on our resources. And this is our site, just so you guys know. So this is our website, Saving Education. As you go down, you'll see that our mission. This is only a brief paragraph of our mission of what we intended to do. So we are to spread awareness about the lack of resources and funding for education in third world country, and ultimately help raise money for materials and educators so they can go teach abroad in third world countries. And if you guys want to, or letting the people know that they can also take a pledge, which so they can support us. Or they can also subscribe to our newsletter so they can receive more information on how to save. Furthermore, we have our events. One of our events is money donation. For that, in order to help schools get more funded. And in order to do that, you just press this button and register now, as you can see. And the next event is book donation. So children from third world countries can receive and have access to books without needing to get paid. So, and our next event is the voluntary teachers, which is will be roughly our teachers program. Okay, and we're gonna move on to who we are. So our mission, and our team is dedicated to restoring the education system in developing countries. No child should ever grow up without an education, but yet so many do. In many developing countries, there is a public education system in place, but the schools are falling apart and they have huge lack of resources. A child might be able to go to school, but they won't be gaining anything from it when there are not enough teachers and they don't have the proper materials. This mission is not only to raise awareness about this issue, but to raise money. So we need your help to turn the education system around. Even a small donation can buy a book for a classroom or could put towards the functioning bathrooms in the schools that children are attending. So eventually we're just telling the people that in order to join our mission and save the education in third world countries. moving on. This is our tab for our underdeveloped education system. So within our team, since there are so many third world countries, we're only limiting it to 3 since we cannot research on all the rest of the third world countries. So we decided to base our research on Suriname, Philippines, and Ghana. And these will be a purpose to finding their success within the education system and funding to improve their learning environment. And again, each country will have its unique form of problems that we could evaluate to be improved. And to learn more about each country's, is to press one of these in order to have access to Suriname. So for this one, me and Samantha, another teammate, we're in charge of Suriname. And the education in Suriname is that it's a developing country in South America. It's a very small and yet a very diverse country in South America. But unfortunately, it has a poor education system. It has low enrollment rates, schools with unsafe drinking water, rundown bathrooms, and there aren't many schools around. Along with the states, these are school, and the countries doesn't have good database where things like education can be easily recorded. So Suriname is pretty much very limited. And then now I'm going to pass it on to Marco Antonio, who will cover Philippines.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Louder, please, Marco.
Hello?
Okay, better.
Okay, so this is the education system of the Philippines. If you could scroll down to the description. So we're given the Philippines, and our description says the Philippines is considered to be a third world country, yet also within the increase of development as a whole. There is a lacking factor of education within elementary and public high schools in this country, specifically primary education. Classes are seen to be overcrowded for such students at a young age. These learning environments are underfunded and understaffed. There is a difficulty of teaching within the emphasis of assisting each student individually when needed. So because there is such an overcrowded class, not every student will be able to get the same amount of attention as a class with lower students. And with available opportunities for donations and teaching certified volunteering, students will be able to gain a proper learning environment. And over there to the side, we have a photo of a ranking, and I have an arrow pointed towards where the Philippines is ranked for now. And there's like a green arrow description saying that the Philippines ranked bottom of the PISA 2018 results. And this is a worldwide student assessment taken by students within the age of 15 years old. It is meant to provide data within the primary factors of education. And there is a link for the picture where we found our source.
And moving on, I'll pass it on to Ghana, to Na or Shave.
So Ghana is a third world country, and the problem that they're facing is that they have a lot of economic difficulties because the government can't really afford to send all their kids to school, all the children to school for free. It's really left up to like the individual families to pay for it. And the problem with that is that a lot of families aren't like doing well economically. So there's like half the kids in the country who are like good and well off, who are able to go to school, and the other half are like, because they're not well off, they have to stay home and like can't go to school and can't get a proper education. and because of that, that kind of creates like a line between the poor and the rich, in which because the government can't change it, it keeps going on and on and on, so that the poor stay poor and the rich stay rich, and students who can't afford it are just kind of left without anything. And I feel like the best way to do that would be through this website and giving like an opportunity for people to like donate and help the kids who can't afford to pay for it, because the government is able to give out scholarships, but it's only a small amount of it. Now, if you have anything to add, you can add it.
And Ghana as a country is not economically stable. So any small donations will help boost the educational system in this country. And kids who are from poor countries are lucky enough if they're awarded scholarships to go to schools, but that rarely happens. So any donation or anything you guys can, anything people can do can be helpful to help eradicate this problem. Yeah.
Okay. So going on to the support us. Here we have two. Either one, you would donate in order to support the third world education system today by donating again. You can either call us over phone, register us online, or sign up in person. And you can sign up for monthly contribution or one-time donation. And you can join us on our fundraisers. And for more information surrounding future events, and which you can join through our social media pages. In person, you can go to the streets. Online, go donate. Over the phone will be provided, or by email. Moving on to news.
So as for news, I decided to make like a mock profile of what like we would be focusing toward, and like what we could be possibly completing as our system would continue. So I just have examples of what things could be posted and things that could be accomplished. And I thought that meals would be pretty important due to poverty in some of the countries, needing to be a big connection towards improving schools.
Moving on to their contacts. For here, you can submit your information in order to get contacted. And here's our phone number, address, and email. And after that, you just press donate if you guys want to. And then this are our website for our education.
Thank you very much for the presentation, guys.
Any questions?
Any question from the audience? I have a question. For example, when people donate, let's say donate to Ghana, what do you think would be a good department that people should like send the money to? Like, what do you think about?
Speaking from my personal experience, having lived in the country, the country's corrupt. So the money has to go to institutions which you want it to go to. So let's say you want a particular school to get those donations, or you want to go out into the rural areas and willingly give them money or give them books. Because the country, if you give the money to the government, they're not really going to do anything. Even if they do, it's not going to be impactful. So the best way to help the situation is to try and go to the direct source of the problem. So that's, yeah.
Thank you. This one remind me of one of the writer. She wrote profile. She wrote a book about Malala biography, and she mentioned that she liked to go to meet like people, let's say teacher or even juvenile prison or something. So I mean, to meet a very grassroots people. So yeah, that's my. So thank you for respond to that. And oh, I saw the note from your friend. I really like your website. Yes, me too. And I would like everyone in our class to keep this motivation. And one day when you really ready for pursuing this, keep me in the loop, please. Usually in summer, I have more time to be one of the volunteer. Okay. And another thing about like working with other country, this one I saw from University of Michigan. They have one of the class that some students will go with the teachers to the other country and help them develop some project or equipment that they need. This one I upload on our CAT course, the folder named Gabon. So that's one in case anyone interested about that project. Yeah, you can look at it. Yeah. Any other questions from the audience, guys? Let's see. Oh, and the other thing, recently I saw people like, this can be one of the potential resource for fundraiser. For example, people could do Instagram live and then they provide their Venmo account. And I saw one of the ladies, she put like Venmo account on a piece of paper and show to others. One day when you need maybe someone donate to you or donate to certain organization, this can be one of the way too. I saw it because I took ballet class and then I saw that approach. Okay, for example, yeah, and I'm really appreciate everyone presentation here, and really good job, guys. Yeah. Okay, and any specific question, thought for our class here? Comments? And the way to reach out to me, okay, for example, you have certain project that you are interested to have, let's say, volunteer teacher. I will check my email, and if you have other way to contact me, I think email is the best way. And I show you guys a while ago my YouTube channel. That one could work too, but yeah. Any other thing you have in mind, like question comments thought here, guys? I really enjoy our class, and it has been a pleasure to work with you all. Yeah, I just want to say thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lim, for being our professor for this semester.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Lim.
Thank you, Ms. Lam.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lam.
Thank you, Ms. Lim.
Hi, Miss Lam. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Lim.
Thank you, Miss Lim.
Welcome, and I see.
We'll miss you.
Say hi to me if you see me on campus, and keep me post once a while too. And I need to reply for some of the question in the group chat here. So let's see. Are you going to upload this? So this the PowerPoint, right? I can download each team PowerPoint and then upload it for the class. Okay, let me note on that. And then we submit individually. Okay, so back to this question. If your team have everyone notes as an appendix, you can have just one person upload to the CAT course, but everyone need to upload for their portfolio. Okay. And we are submitting the appendix notes for the presentation. So for the website team, you can submit the PowerPoint, and then you have either everyone note as an appendix, and then one person upload it on CAT course, and everyone need to upload on their own for the one for portfolio. Okay. Yeah. But if you have the PowerPoint and then you have only one person note, then everyone need to upload on the CAT course. Is that answer your question? Okay. Okay. Then okay. And if you have more question, you can ask me for clarification. I see another question here. So the report can be included with the appendix. So for the report, you have it as a slide, right? And then you can add the appendix note to the slide. It can be just one file. So when I upload the presentation, where are they going to be located? It's going to be located in the project folder. But this means that I need to receive the presentation from each team first in order for me to be able to upload. I think if team member need access to the PowerPoint, I think it might be faster for you to like share with team member. Okay. I was looking at the assignment page, and there are a lot of assignments that are listed as not for credit. This means we don't have to do them. For the one that not for credit, it is for quiz for information about peer review information about finding research paper. So that one is not for credit. So it means that it is there for you to review it if you want to learn more about it. But that one are not for credit. Yeah. The report is based on how each of us work through the research question. So the report are your PowerPoint presentation today and your note as an appendix to explain. Yes, you can explain how you work through the research question. Yeah. And you could provide your thought on like if someone would like to continue on your research question, what would you suggest them? Okay. Okay, for the video, yes, I can upload the video, but one thing to know that it should not be used for like selling or something. It is for yourself only and for like educational purpose only. Yeah. I can try to upload it on Kaltura. Yeah. Just for lip clarification, the extra assignment doesn't count toward our grade collect. Extra assignment, you mean like the peer review, right? Quiz, yeah, it will not count to your grade. Yeah, for the quizzes. Yeah. Okay. Then any other question here? And reminder to save the feedback for your fellow teams on save as PDF and then turn it in to the assignment. Okay. This one for the private question. I do not understand your comment here. Could you please clarify a little bit more? I can write some cursive, but I cannot talk in cursive. Oh, and okay, I understand the question that you sent me privately. The grade that you see is not the final grade, okay? So I can, I usually summarize the grade out offline and then I will put the grade in. So if don't worry about the grade that you see on the grade book, okay? If you worry about the quiz that you did, okay, that's my response. Okay, Stephanie, you need to teach me how to say goodbye in cursive then. Okay. Stephanie, you mentioned about say goodbye in cursive, then you need to teach me. Okay, I think if you don't have additional question, then that will be it for our class this semester. And to answer Alberto, yes, that's correct.
Thank you, Miss Lim.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Miss Lim. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Miss Lim.
Thank you.
Thanks, Miss Lim.
You're welcome.
Have a good summer.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Lim.
You're welcome.
Thank you for teaching the class, Miss Lim.
You're welcome, Josh, and everyone. Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Lim, and have a good day.
Thank you, you too, Fabian. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you, Ms. Liv.
Thank you, Miss Lim.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Miss Liv. Thanks for the plant again, by the way.
You're welcome, Eric.
All right, I'll see you. Have a good summer.
You too.
What do you plan to do in the summer, Ms. Lim?
Huh?
What do you plan to do during the summer?
My plan for the summer, I plan to visit Thailand, but I will have to see the situation. Yeah.
Miss Lim, I can say goodbye in cursive.
You can say goodbye in cursive. Yes, please show me.
Y'all want to say goodbye in cursive?
Yes.
Okay. It's like, you know how like in cursive all the things are together?
Yes.
So there's like this TikTok and he's like, goodbye.
Oh.
Say goodbye in cursive? Yes. It's like, it's cute, huh?
Yeah, so it's like you connect the word, right? Like
yeah,
goodbye.
like, you can...
like goodbye, like this.
Yes. Thank you, Ms. Lim, for being an amazing professor. I hope to see you in the future.
Thank you. I hope to see you too.
Bye, Ms. Lim.
Bye bye.
Bye, Ms. Lim. Bye, Ms. Lim.
Bye. Okay.